Hello and welcome back, you lovely faces, to another video here on the channel. This video we're going to be talking about Johnny Depp's daughter and also his latest movie, City of Lies, which has been a huge hit on video on demand. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is Johnny Depp's daughter, Lilyrose, because obviously she's come out and she has done a couple of interviews. Obviously, she's promoting a movie, The Voyagers, and a lot of people, now they're saying about her father, obviously, they all want to know, they all want to pry and find out what she knows, what she's saying about it. And with The Mirror here in the UK, it's like The Sun, but not as bad. It is a tabloid. Sometimes they get things right, but recently, over the last 6 years to the last decade, they have gone from actually being a good paper to tabloid trash, just like The Sun. But this is what we got. Johnny Depp's daughter, Lilyrose, says nobody's perfect after he loses appeal bid. Actress Lilyrose Depp has suggested in a recent interview that nobody's perfect and said it was good to reflect on a person's actions and to look into how they can be improved. Johnny Depp's daughter, Lilyrose, has said that nobody's perfect in her first interview since her dad lost his appeal. 21-year-old actress, who is the daughter of Depp and his ex-partner Vanessa, recently opened up about her career and teased she wouldn't rule out working with her dad again. She's in Yoga Hosers and Tusk. Speaking to Entertainment Tonight, the Voyagers star admitted it was important to have a lot of self-awareness and self-reflection. Her remarks came shortly after Johnny Depp was refused permission to appeal after losing his libel case against The Sun, to his part with his relationship with his ex-wife A.H. In Lilyrose's latest interview, she says, "You can't be perfect all the time. Nobody's perfect, period. I think that's just the facts of life." The star continued, "But I think a big part of keeping a good head on your shoulders is just having a lot of self-awareness and never feeling like you take yourself, what you've done, take yourself too seriously, and you need to put your actions back into question. I think it's always good to have a good self-reflection about the things that you've done and always thinking about how you could be better." Then it literally skips over most of the interview, just finding little bits they want to put out there, being like, we can use this, this part, look at this. Is what a tabloid does. Elsewhere in the interview, she didn't completely rule out the prospect of working with her dad on a film project, but she suggested it's not on the cards right now. When asked about working with Depp, she said, "That's really not something I consider first and foremost. What's interesting to me is a particular character that may or may not be playing, and then the story that it's telling." Which is very true, because that there is literally what an actress and actor is. It's like, does the character interest me? Is it fun? Is it going to be great storytelling? Exactly like how her father chose her subjects. Because Johnny Depp is not exactly the, he's not like Vin Diesel, is he? Vin Diesel, like, do an action franchise. Yeah, action. Even though Vin Diesel can actually act, he's absolutely fantastic in Boiler Room, and he's also Find Me Guilty. He's a fantastic actor. But again, he knows where the money is, which is in the big action franchises, obviously. The XXX series, the Fast and the Furious series. This guy is making so much money just from the Fast and Furious alone, he doesn't have to make any other movie. But it does carry on, saying that Lilyrose's comments came after Johnny Depp's last summer trial, in which it was ruled that the actor had done all of this to A.H. on 12 of the 14 alleged incidents. Which I actually do like that they're still saying alleged, because it's almost like a lot of people are like, yeah, we don't actually believe this, because more stuff has come out, which we've all seen, which is absolutely amazing to see that more evidence keeps popping out. And A.H. and her team don't seem to like that. But, Depp has continued to deny ever being this towards her, which is what everyone still is. It's like, well, this is what's going on. There's tons of evidence proving that he was the victim. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to go into another story that we did last night. We're talking about Johnny Depp's City of Lies, which was made in 2018, quite a few years back now. But there's been so many incidents behind the scenes and everything else. And then obviously we had what happened last year, which pushed everything back even more. But at this moment in time, this is what we got. Johnny Depp's scandal-plagued City of Lies is the recipe for a VOD hit. The crime drama about the Tupac Shakur Notorious B.I.G.'s incident sat in limbo for nearly 3 years. But on video on demand, it can finally make its mark. So, blend one well-known name with scandal, add an appealing subject, bake in theatrical visibility, and fold in home-friendly pricing, best served with the stale alternatives. With this well-tested recipe for VOD success, the long-delayed City of Lies stands out this week. The troubled 2018 film stars Johnny Depp and Forest Whitaker as LA detectives investigating B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. Open Road filed for bankruptcy shortly after it acquired the film. Legal and pandemic issues followed, and then Saban stepped in. A March 19th theatrical release roused $565,000. 2 weeks later, it debuted on VOD. It's a trajectory similar to the one recently enjoyed by the disgraced Armie Hammer, who stars opposite Gary Oldman in another VOD hit, Crisis. Priced at $6.99, City of Lies took first place at Apple TV, number 4 at Google Play, both ranking by number of rentals, and an impressive 4th place at Fandango Now, which lists by revenue earned. The lagging Spectrum chart doesn't yet include it, otherwise it likely would have made all 4. So, get off the screen, you. Wonder Woman 84, also $7, is number 1 at both Google and Spectrum. At $29.99, Raya and the Last Dragon is an easy number 1 at Fandango Now, and number 5 at Apple TV and number 7 at Google Play. It's unavailable on Spectrum. Now it just goes on to say about what we currently got, but as you can see by here, we got the rankings for Apple TV, Fandango Now, City of Lies number 1, City of Lies number 4, then you got Google Play where it sits at number 4, Spectrum it sits at, it's not on Spectrum at the moment, Netflix movies, these are the most viewed ones they got at this moment in time. Which, to be honest with you, I'm hearing a lot of bad things about Thunder Force. A lot of people do not like it, which is understandable because it doesn't actually look that great. But seeing that City of Lies is doing so well is just absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy it's doing so well. And if you remember a couple of weeks ago, well, about a couple of months ago actually, we did a video where we got this covered, again, them. They put out a hit piece saying, Johnny Depp's film City of Lies didn't even make $20,000. It wasn't even released. The studio even came out and said it hasn't been released, so I don't know where they're getting this idea from, which goes to show how bad We Got This Covered is. You know, we do cover a few things that they say on there because they are very laughable. We all know this. And a lot of things that they actually do come out with, it's all rumours and that, well, we know exactly, we've seen it all. They've come out and they say Daniel Rickman is the all-knowing, all-telling, but even he gets it mixed up. He's even admitted that. But again, no, We Got This Covered wouldn't. And as you can see by there, $565,000 while it was in the cinemas. That's not bad for a film that was made a couple of years ago and everyone knew was going straight to video on demand. But it's glad to see that it's done so well. Video on demand is shooting up because a lot of people now are doing video on demand. Before it used to be, Van Damme, Steven Seagal, Sylvester Stallone in the early 2000s and late 90s, where he literally couldn't get a good film out. They all went to, straight to DVD, straight to video. But now video on demand is becoming a huge industry in itself. You got Johnny Depp. You got Gary Oldman, for Christ's sake, doing it. Gary Oldman won the Oscar like 3 years ago for Best Actor. So it shows that even the big people are doing video on demand. And they're like, yeah, we're working, we're getting paid, Ingo video on demand, we do not mind. Which is always great to see. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.